Good morning, darlings. I've just spent 4 hours putting posts together and I've done so many important posts since my last video. Let's go, because wow, it's all happening. So we've just had the 77th Golden Globes. I had no idea who this person is, but everything is joining together. So let's begin. Before we get to that, let's begin with the 3rd of the 1st. And on the 3rd of the 1st, we had a half moon in Pisces. And we had now ground control to major Tom. So here we have Major Kazem Soleimani, Solomon, Major General, okay? So he's killed on the 3rd of January in Baghdad. I've gone over the importance of Baghdad in my other videos, the meaning, everything, these past videos. He is Persian, okay? We just had the full moon 101, 10th of the 1st, Solomon passage, Visca Pisces. That's why Ricky G is standing in a Visca Pisces. He's standing in the pillars on his stage. Trump just did a speech of 77 minutes. Everything is here. I've just got up. Trump's speech, where are you? That's the Alan Parsons Project Sirius. Okay. 77. Trump. Okay. Speech. '77 Trump speech. Here we go. President Trump addresses in Phoenix, the rising of the Phoenix. We're right there. So, images. Trump uses in 77 chaotic minutes. 77 chaotic minutes, and the 77th global. Trump defends a fine-tuned machine. Okay, so we are coming. Yeah, oh no, give me a break. Up. President Trump took issue with reports from eminent internal saying his team was running like a fine-tuned machine. Okay, so anyway, his speech was 77 minutes. We have the global awards, the 77th. 7 and a 7, it's a triangle. If you put 7 and 7 back to front, it makes a triangle. You've got the, okay, so Ricky Gervais uses the 77th Global Globes monologue to roast all things Hollywood. I had no idea who Ricky G was, so I went to check out his speech. The last trumpet in 77 chaotic minutes in Phoenix, the rising of the Phoenix, Trump defends fine-tuned machine. The most important point of his speech regarding Ricky Gervais is it's the 77th. 7 makes a triangle. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 is the amount of pieces that Osiris, Aka, Sirius, the full moon eclipse was on Sirius. It was the wolf moon. Wolf is an anagram for flow. Anyway, I'm coming to all this. So 7 and 7 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. It was the Global Awards was on the 5th of January, and it was the 5th time that Ricky Gervais introduced the Global Awards. 777 is 21, is 3. 21 is also the retrograde period of Mercury, and we are stepping into Agenda 21. If you put L7, L7 is the name used for cut, recut, reset in cinema, reel, Ali-T. You go look up L cut 7. 7, 7, back to front, you get the 7-7 triangle, is the Aleister Crowley 777, or the French Fifth Republic, liberty, equality, fraternity, or death. 7-7 is 14, Podesta shows 2 hands, 5 plus 5 is 10, crossover, and shows 14 Osiris. I'm going to show you all the pictures in a second. Was murdered and cut up into 14 pieces, Pisces, by Seth, Saturn. So this is all, again, it's about the Milky Way. They want to make, normally the Milky Way goes from Odin, Taurus, to Isis, Scorpio. Scorpio is about to take the new 10th door, north, and they have put, as we see on the top of St. Paul's, a polo. Polo is Paul. That's why the French music I showed you, polo and pan, they show Australia being burnt up with laser beam tube weapons. I showed that in 2 videos away. You have to go back and have a look. So this is about the Milky Way. It's about taking over the Milky Way and going into the underworld, so that the twins, Romulus and Remus, is now male-male. That's why Mani is no longer Mon. Solomon is moon, is feminine. Okay, so tried to put him back together again, but missed. The 14th piece, so made a giant golden penis. That's what is the story of Isis, is that in order for her to continue to be able to be fertile, we have, she makes a phallic penis. This was the beginning of this age that we've just had, male and female. Now we're going into male-male. It's not for nothing that the Australian brother and sister, Julia and what's he called? Stone. Angus. Angus is the bull. Taurus. Angle. Angus. Stone. The sword in the stone. Sang the famous song Jet Plane. Jet Plane. The Boeing 777. Okay. So the 777 jet plane crashed, killing Major Qasem Soleiman. Death of Isis. Female fertility, Mon is made man, Soleimani, man-child, let's go out with a bang. So this is the speech. I'm going to take you to see the speech of Ricky. Let's have Mary POPPined at your expense. That's what he says. Out with a bang at your expense. The split is here, and we are used. Our consciousness is 5G. Popov is the Russian that created the radio signal, which is the arc of the convenant. The arc of the convenant is just the 2 sides of the brain. So on the 3rd, we had a half moon, which is the 2 sides. It's the split. You see, this is when in Pisces. So here you have that 14 Pisces. Ricky stands in the Vesica pieces and says everyone is watching Netflix. They're not going to the cinema anymore. He says they're all watching Netflix. Yeah, well, no one's paying attention anymore. This is the net to catch the fish. The end of the age of Pisces. Yeah, most people are stuck in the end of cycle wheel Pisces net. The night of the 5th Global Ricky G, hosted for the 5th time. 5 plus 5, 2 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I let him go again. So we're at the 10, 10, crossover. 5th glow fish bowl, like 2 lost souls swimming in a fish bowl. year after year. Awards. Venus was in Capricorn, conjunct DENEB. I'm going to show you all these pictures now. The golden goose or swan or the polar star, cross crucifixion. Venus is the flower of life. She has been turned into the five-pointed star of death. She was in Capricorn, SETH Saturn. The Venus five-pointed star is Mars. That's what you see. The Baphomet is the head of the ram, Ra, Mars, not high cardinal female Capricorn. This is their attempt to kill the 21/12/2020 Grand Conjunction in Capricorn. Mainstream tells us it's in Aquarius. No, it's her. To get her. It's not. They're not going to get her. We're going to get to high cardinal Capricorn. Venus is the Taurus Field of the heart, the spin. You need to not be Mary POPPined. The arc of the convenant is when we go pop off, and many people will live this reality. The split is coming. The mid L7 even, 11 even, L even is the time of the BRAINROW, Rainbow, Archie, POPOV reset. So on the 3rd, we had this half moon. We had the plane crash, and on the 7th, we had the missiles sent off on the last phase of the gibbous, which is the Baphomet. The Baphomet is, I'll be showing you, is the gibbous, gibbon, monkey, orange 369 waxing gibbous moon. Is the time of the BRAINROW, Rainbow, voila. Venus conjunct DENEB ARCHieeee. This is a revelation point. Any planet on this degree could have a similar effect as Mercury, 21777. That's why we always have the five-pointed star with the three phases of the moon, which is the occult, the gibbous and the crescent moon on either side of the moon. Even earthbound planets such as Venus and Mars can bring about similar effects as if the individual would pay attention to the images and revelations they receive for their own welfare. We are told there is not one thing going on. We are told in every single news article, media, they cannot steal our free will. They tell us. The planet Mercury is best at this point, for this planet makes their visions much clearer, 21777. However, all of the planets affected in a similar manner to some degree. So Ronald Reagan, Ronald MacDonald, Macron. Okay, in the Chinese love story of Qi Zi, DENEB makes the Magpie Bridge across the Milky Way. This is a bridge over troubled water, which allows the separated lovers, it's just Osiris and Isis, to be reunited on one special night of the year in late summer. In other versions of the story, DENEB is a fairy who acts as a chaperone when the lovers meet. The North Pole of Mars, Ra, points to the midpoint of the line connecting DENEB and the star Aldebaran. The iridium atomic number 77777 is the three L's of the three legs that make the atomic spin. Is a white metal. So we're about to enter the year of the rat. It's the white metal, shade of pale of white, year of the rat, which the name is a derivate of the Greek word iris, which is Isis, meaning rainbow. It is under the sign of the rainbow that God concludes his alliance between him and the humanity, and the Christian remains in this alliance if he forgives 77 times the faults of his brothers. So you have to go and look up all the occult meanings of 77. There are loads. Okay, first of all, to understand how important these sevens are to the Masonic elites, you must watch Lagarde's speech from 2014. This was her speech of RESETH. Is a Freemason member of two of the most powerful international lodges, Three Eyes, Rockefeller, and Pan Europa. So, number 7, the Gnosis, crown chakra. Ricky G, okay, sometimes used in 7 numerology. G is generally believed it's the 7th, number 7 is G. Okay, I'm not going to go through all that because the number 77, do what thou will or divide and impera. This is where we are. Aleister Crowley, who was a 33-degree Mason and a leading member of the Ordo Templi Orientis, believed multiple sevens had magic properties. In book 77, Liber Oz, okay, Australia, Zion in Oz, he outlined the law of the strong, which is do what thou wilt, do what you will, or in other words, do whatever you want. Or in other words, become I am that I am. Be yourself to get through the Vesca Pisces. I mean, this is the N, I will be showing you the N touches 3 times the horizon. This is the sine wave turned into a Z. Sine wave is a flow. Okay. Right, yes, you see the L here. The L, this is the 777. 2 sevens back to back make the 7-7 triangle. I'm going to be showing this to you. So it is order out of chaos. We are entering. I said that, and it's happening after this moon. We're going to be taken through. So there you've got all the London bombings. I'm going to be showing you all this. I want to keep this short. You can go and read all that. And okay, forget this, forget that. What was that? Okay, 7-7. There's another one I found. I can't find it now, but you go and look up 7-7 and you'll find. Now this is a good article. Go and see that 7-7 inverse pentagram. Look, this will give you everything going on now. The Australian Embassy, Venus 7-7, Boeing 747, flying commanders. So this is what's going on. Venus on the 5th was in Capricorn. They want to make Capricorn into a 5-pointed star when she is the 5 flower of life. Okay, this is 0 point. We're at 0 points. Okay, you come and see all this. And I'll show you, see, we're at Solomon's seal. It's all explained in here. So here we have Solomon's seal. This is the journey of Venus in the sky. She makes a perfect 5-petaled. And the 7-7 London bombings was exactly the Solomon's pillar. Okay. So this is Washington, the White House. There we've got the V and the horns. And we're at the 13th card, death. He was split into 13 pieces, and the 14th was the big penis, because we have just lived the age of man and female fertility. But in the beginning, it was just the woman, and the woman made babies on her own, pathogenesis. Okay, and so we're going into the underworld now for those who don't make it through the doorway. 11, we're the 11th today, okay? We are Apollo11 right now, the day Uranus goes forwards. I saw, so 7-7, 7 Venus. I saw here that the Australian Embassy. Anyway, we're not going to lose too much time because there's so much to see. So just to come to this. So on the 7th of January, we had the last gibbous waxing last moon phase. Before I bring you to this, let's have a look at the pictures that go with what I was just reading you. I have to be very patient, as you know. I have been on this since 7 o'clock this morning. It's now midday. Okay, so carrying on with what I was reading here, we've done it. I'm going to show you the pictures and that will join all the dots. So, this is DENEB. This is the polar star, the cross. It's also the goose or the swan. I've got here Romanian sky law, but if you look on the normal sky law, this is the swan or the golden goose. And there is Venus in Capricorn, and this was the day of the global, this is 777, this is liberty, equality, fraternity, the 3 sevens that make 21. President Trump ranted for 77 minutes in Phoenix. This is the constellation of the DENEB star. It is the triangle. Here we have Podesta, so it's written in there. I can't read it from here, so I'm going to have to open it again for you. Podesta 14. Okay, images. Right. 14 plus fish and the Osiris myth. Osiris was murdered and cut up into 14 pieces by his brother Seth. Seth is Saturn, okay, or Kronos, chaos, and scattered throughout the land of Egypt. Osiris's wife Isis, so this is just the two ends of the Milky Way. Odin is Osiris or Merlin, and Isis is the top, Scorpio. Set out to find all of the pieces of his body to resurrect him. She found all but the 14th piece, his phallus, which was eaten by fish, now cursed because of this in the river Nile, the crocodile Nile Dundee that I explained in my last video, is DD8, DD, Dundee, 8 is the postcode in Scotland, okay? And this is Attis, the crocodile, hippopotamus, lion, king of Egypt, the 3, the Trinity, the 777 Trinity is the crocodile. That's why Lupiac, we've just had the wolf moon, is Lupercalia, and the chateau that I actually go and clean with a bunch of women. I consider that we're all high witches cleaning out the energy. That's why we ended up being the cleaning ladies there. Is called Chateau Lacoste. Lacoste is the crocodile. Okay, this Isis made a phallus out of gold, golden awards, and temporarily resurrected Osiris so she could conceive a child. So that was the time we've just come through of man and woman. It's our opportunity through man and woman to come back as the rising phoenix, to come together as one. If you don't get this now, we go down into Romulus and Remus, the wolf twins, male. So she could conceive a child. You see, before Isis could conceive without Osiris. Their offspring is the god Horus, or Ra. 14 plus fish, the male phallus symbolizing power, sex magic, and resurrection. Okay, back to this. Okay, so there you have, he's in the Vesca Pisces. We have the 2 pillars, and these will be 2 men, of course, which represent that we've gone from the 2 fish female to the 2 fish male. We're at the 9. The 369 is Sagittarius, it's masculine. 777 is Saturn's cube. Okay, this is just the symbol of air and fire, and this is what they want to close us in the cube. 7-7, the 2 pillars, this is the Solomon, this is being trapped in the 7-7 triangle for the Solomon passage. So 7 is God's number. When Trump announced US recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, it was on the 17th Kislev, the precise date of the Hebrew calendar, when the partition plan was adopted by the UN General Assembly in 1947. 2017 minus 1947 equals 70 years. This parallels the 70-year Babylonian exile of the Jews, which was ended by the Gentile King Cyrus the Great. King Cyrus is mentioned as the king appointed by God to free the Jews from the Babylonian captivity in Isaiah, and Trump is the 45th president of the USA, the new Cyrus. Basically, you either get trapped in the 777 or we return to the king of the four corners, Persia, and we enter the golden age. This is the trap. 7 days after Trump's birth, Israel was exactly 77 days old. Israel's 70th anniversary will come exactly 700 days after Donald Trump's 70th birthday. The signs and indications, they are not coincidences, are all in place. God is working to renew the USA, to cleanse it of the horrendous corruptions, murder, pedophilia. So, I don't know what this is. It's just to explain the 7-7. Trump won the presidential election on Israel's Benjamin Netanyah's 7th year, 7th month, 7th day in office. When Trump was sworn into office, he was exactly 70 years, 7 months and 7 days old. And it happened in the year 5777, Fifth Republic of the Hebrew calendar. Year of 5 is for Fras and 777 is for final completion and jubilee. Okay, so he's born, declared independence on May the 14th. Was born before Israel declared independence. Was born exactly 700 days before Israel declared so again, the 14. Here we have Osiris, and the last 14th, he becomes the phallus, and this is how we have been making babies for this last part. And we're about to have a reset. We can return to our higher levels, or we go even further into Sodom and Gomorrah. There we have Ricky G with the penis. This is the Baphomet, the 5-pointed star. 5th Global Awards. Unity of the Fifth Republic. This is the French unity, liberty, equality, fraternity, ou la mort, or death. So there's again that transits. Okay, and there we have. So John Podesta was in New Zealand 5 days ago, warned of major cyber attack. 14 plus 5th fish and the Osiris myth. Osiris, so I've already read that to you, but it happened on the 14th, huh? So there is Isis and Osiris. They made the birth of the phallus, the male penis, the man-child. Soleimani is the name of Major Tom, ground control to Major Tom. So this is where they want the penis to take over. So these are the 3 stages of the moon, and we had on the 7th the black gibbous moon. I'm going to show you, and there we have Venus on the ram, and as I just said, the DENEB star points directly to the tip of Mars. So this is how they're trying to take over the age of Capricorn that we're entering with this Mars ram energy, and 2020 is the year of the rats. Okay, so we come back here. Yeah, sorry, it goes very slowly. Okay, let me just take you through the stages of the moon. So on the 3rd, that was our half moon. On the 5th, okay, it's beginning here, and on the 7th we have the gibbous moon. There we are. So I'm going to just take this back to Western. Come on, don't be so slow on me. this is okay, so we got Western, and here we go. It was on Aldebaran. On the bullseye, we had that give us at last what you see on the Baphomet. So this is all pumping up the energy for the full moon eclipse we've just had. So here's Merlin on the 10th, last night, okay, on Sirius the Great, boom, Sirius the Great. So this is where we have the head of the snake, North Node, and opposite we have Sagittarius, the Sun, conjunct Mercury. Perfect lineup. Mercury 77721. He does retrograde 21 days. And we had Venus still in Capricorn. Okay. Okay, so this is the Wolf Moon we've just had. And it makes, this is the M. So it's absolutely that 7th, the 3 solar, 4 lunar. And right, this is, I didn't actually want to come to this, but it's January the 9th in Church, what's for the full, the Eastern Hemisphere. What's interesting is the times. So turns full on January the 10th at 2:21 p.m. Eastern, 111. Apollo 11. We're right there. Okay, this is not what we wanted to see. I wanted to see the 7th. Orion the Hunter is we want to see okay, on the 7th of January, this is the moon I showed you on Aldebaran, and this is the constellation of Aldebaran. It is the V, it is the last leg, it is also the Y in real Ali T, or this is the female reproductive organs, Baron, Aldebaran, to be made sterile. So this is, yeah, my computer is completely not letting me move. Okay, it's completely got me stuck. Okay, but what's important, here we go, this is Orion, Merlin. Okay, I cannot do anything. So what's important is that we had the Major Tom brought down on the 3rd. We had the missiles on the 7th. On the 10th, we had the 101. We had the speech of Trump, 7 minutes, and we had the 77th. And I'm going to take you to see that, the speech, Ricky Gervais. Okay, let's just have a look at that to end this. I would like to take this moment also, I'm about to put online a reading I've done, which is to show you how I work. I need to bring in readings. I'm going to have a difficult month ahead of me. If you would like to contribute to my PayPal as well, I have got a few weeks to get through, which aren't going to be easy. So I've never said this. If you'd like to book a reading, I would be very grateful, or make a donation. You can do that on my site, which I'll be leaving anyway.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais, thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards.
So last time I'll be hosting these awards. This is like last Christmas. This is the end of the age of Pisces. We're going through the Vista Pisces now.
I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did. Let's go out with a bang.
He roasted the entertainment industry and the year's notable shows and
Let's
movies.
have a laugh at your expense.
Let's have a laugh at your
Shall we?
expense.
Remember, they're just jokes.
No.
We're all going to die soon.
It's just a divine comedy. It's all jokes. We're all going to die
There's no
soon.
sequel. I came here
And there's no sequel.
in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So,
Ellie, out. No.
Shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix.
Everyone's watching Netflix. I've always said Netflix is the trap. It is the net to catch the fish.
This show should just be me coming out going, well done Netflix, you win everything. Good night. You could binge watch the entire
Yeah, you get
first
that.
season of Afterlife instead of watching this show.
Afterlife.
Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end he
There is the Vescapeces, the two fish, and the passage.
obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. The Irishman was a...
The Irishman, the Green Man. This is the man-child. This is the red, white, and green. It's the IRA. N is the sine wave that takes over the flow of the eclipse.
amazing. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere.
Leonardo da Vinci.
By the end, his date was too old.
Crucified to the cross.
Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist.
Okay, you can go and watch that. Show you this. Reposting is last one taken off. UN 101, Lord of the Rings, O King, O Sirius, RR, Romulus and Remus. Apollo and Pan, Osiris, O Sirius, Sirius. O Sirius, Sirius. Lunar eclipse, 101. Solomon Seal, Lu, Loop, Lupiac, Wolf, Lupercalia, Ophiuchus, St. Martin, IRA. Iraq or Iran, the K and the N. Four corners, both are the N. Four corners, DD, D4, D4, D8. VVV, 22, 22, 28, 88 constellations. WM, DD. King Sirius, Iran, Iraq, Momo, Lord of the Rings. So, this is something I was dreaming. I woke up a few days ago, and this is all drawn with this is the equinox, and you've got the 3777. You've got the cross. This is Rome. Okay, don't block on the pictures. Right, so King of the Rings, Momo. This is the same what we saw, Momo, the Irishman that froze 39 people, because 39 is 36 and the wheel is 360 degrees. We're at the last degree. And if you go back to my old videos or you go and look at the newspapers, you will see that they had this MW showing from Momo. There's Dundee, the fleur de lis. This is the two dragons with the egg in the middle. This is the two dragons. I just let it keep flowing. These are the different Iraq. You've got the 4 V's. Okay. So, where is my dragon? Where's the dragon gone? Here we go. So we've got this is Sirius the Great, the red, white and green. Go and read again The Lion and the Sun. I spoke about that in my last video. The Light of Persia. And here we have, that is the middle, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, the two sides of the horizon merging and the 3 points. Okay. So, this is V for victory. This is the oh, come on. Okay. It's not going to let me move anymore. Sorry, we just have to be patient. I'm going to finish this with just one more thing to show you, and we're going to finish. You can come to my page, Petronel de Papillon. Ah. Oh la la. The patience I need. I spend up to 10 hours a day trying to write and explain. I do. And you know, I am trying to run a large house all on my own. I have 2 dogs, and I do an amazing amount of free readings and helping people every day. So you go and see this, the history of Persia, Iran. You will get it all. And let's come back to my Facebook page to finish off with something very important regarding resets. The pop-off event. Okay, so that's what I began with. Let's just try and get to my page and then I can finish this. Okay, come on little computer, let's just finish. Right, so, come on, let's go. Okay. Ali, come on. Oh, la, 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 la. Right. Ah. That was the full moon last night. Okay, let me please roll down just to finish this. Okay, this is my friend Lynn Williams who wrote this, and we're going to finish with this. It's very important. This post is for those who have done their research on the topics I'm laying out here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry or be confused, just move on. We are likely living through another reset, just like when the Tartarian Empire was wiped out. Australia and California are ground zero, with these fires burning everything away and clearing out the land in a massive land grab and herding of people into controlled cities. I think this is bigger than the reset. This is the end of the cycle. This is really, you become the golden age. We leave the cycle completely, or it's into the underworld. What if the ultimate goal of 5G is to electroshock the brains of the masses to do a reset and wipe out their memories of what was? In the Tartarian Empire, which lasted until World War I, thousands of parentless children were shipped around the world to restart towns and cities. Where did all the adults go? Did the children even remember who they were or where they came from? Technologies to do this have been in our realm for a very long time, and the elite have been continuing to use free Tartarian energy all along. They have just kept it from the masses. Go here to find out more about the children placed in founding homes and orphan trains at the turn of last century. What if that invasion of Tartaria, memories of the children were wiped so they could be reprogrammed into the new, more dumbed-down cultures that emerged after? Today, we awake humans are getting a little too smart for our britches, so they need to do another reset to wipe our memories so we are more cooperative into their transhumanism age. For me, transhumanism just means the moving of sheep from one pasture to another, and this happens at the end of every age. The difference is that this age is when we return to the twin peak, the wheel returns to 8. All this is covered in my other videos, and you know, this is it. This is the big pop-off. This is the Big Bang. And the Big Bang comes from our consciousness. There's nothing to be afraid of. Absolutely nothing to be afraid of. It's a complete divine comedy. It's just a joke. But it does mean, somebody asked me, what do I mean by an inside job? When I mean an inside job, it means that you go within, you're not afraid, and you have the humor to see that it's just a divine comedy and you're not afraid. But you can't go from being completely a zombie to being awake in one day. It's a gradual process. But we get there in all our own different ways. Some people have been through illnesses, through shocks, there are all types of ways to just refine gratitude. Gratitude is all you need. Okay, so what if the Mandela effect was them practicing this mind wipe with selected memories, trial balloons, before moving it across the globe on worldwide scale with 5G? Why the enormous push to get 5G up around the world? I think that 5G, the cell towers, is about picking up on our level of waking up consciousness, and it is our consciousness, ourselves, that sets off 5G. 5G doesn't attack us, we heighten it, and we create the ultimate blast off through our consciousness. At the Golden Globes, Ricky G kept saying over and over as he called out the pedos, this is the last Golden Globes, and I don't care if they knew a memory wipe reset was imminent. Why should they care? He was not some hero calling out the bad guys. He was reading a script to let us know what they are up to, as they always must do. I just read a nationally distributed story from the MSM about a woman who lost all memory and who she was and was found by her family, who said she had been missing for years. How would she know if that was her real family or not? Coincidence, or is the MSM? Now the MSM is just the sine wave, huh? It's the sine wave blocked by 2 M's. The sine wave is an S and they've turned it into an M. And the N and the M is the last corner. The N is 77 and M is 777. This time it's, so getting back to the fires in Australia and California, this is a modern day mud flood via fire this time. Last time it was water. This time it is fire. And fire will continue to destroy, with all the highly flammable chemtrails being sprayed around the world via chemtrails and dormant volcanoes starting to erupt everywhere. And Elon, Leon, Noel, Lone, Scum, Musk is the mosque, the musketeers, D'Artagnan. That's why Lupiac next to me has the home of D'Artagnan, the last musketeer, the last leg. Is now rolling out all of these satellites for faster internet, which surrounds this realm with another frequency net. What will they really broadcast? Do people really believe that we need a neural net that can alter our minds set up around us via satellites so we can have faster internet speeds? Come on. This is why it's so important for people to do whatever they can to hold on to their minds, memories of what was. If they wish to, coming together as communities and getting the word out about what they are trying to do with Agenda 21, that's 77721, and moving people out of the suburbs into smart cities, etc. Getting away from as much tech as possible will help greatly to help you be able to think clearly. Eating the best food you can, fruits and veggies that can't be contaminated as badly as processed foods, will keep the mind thinking clearly. No vaccines, no pharma, medications, etc. As much as possible. We are in a critical time of choice and our future rests in our hands. Well, this grid being put up around Earth is exactly this game, computer game, shows us the new dawn, Osiris, This is why the work I do takes so long. Okay, so this is some horrible, I know nothing about computer games, but I noticed that this game shows us the dome that we're closed into. Osiris, New Dawn, giant alien sandworm, alien space. Okay, so I just looked for the big dome I saw. He was saying how cool it is to be stuck in a big dome. Well, it's basically what that picture was. It's a big beehive, hexagon, grid work that we're closed into. And there it is, and there you have my images. You've got the M's.
So this looks to be some sort of hydroponic dough, which is kind of cool. This is where the plants to be growing. It looks like this is like a light, maybe even a sprinkler system or something. I'm not sure.
So basically, if you can't see, look, we've got the Scorpio here, Scorpion. The flow has been the wolf, the flow, the loop, the 8, the Orus Boreas. There is a gateway through, and that is the Vesca Pisces. And as I say, it's an inside job. Okay, darlings, keep an eye out on my YouTube. I'm going to be posting this example of how I work. Please come in, have your readings. That's what I love doing the most. And if you feel you would like to donate to my PayPal, exceptionally, I've never asked this before, that would just help me through these next couple of weeks. I love you very much, darlings. Bye.